What's up, folks? It's another Panthers edition of them old Panther fan talks. I'm Eric, and with me, as always, is
I don't even know what channel we're on now, but I know that we are 7-0. See, I rhymed too.
Whoa,
That's a good start.
That's a good one.
So, dude, went to the game, pouring rain, excitement in the air, except for the fourth quarter, and dude, that was like the funnest game of all time when we finally hit that 52-yarder game-winning field goal by Gano. But, dude, I know a lot of fans left thinking it was over. A lot of fans left even after halftime. Never came back from halftime. But the atmosphere was great. Like, the stadium was loud. Like, extremely loud. People banging the chairs that were empty. That just turned into drums for everybody. Like, it was louder when people left than it was when they were there. So the game was awesome. So much fun to be at. Of course, it's a different perspective at the game than it is at home.
Yep,
seeing it on TV. So, give us your perspective where you want to start.
Yeah, I didn't have the privilege of going. I should have. I had a chance to get tickets, but I'm a moron and didn't jump on them.
I met some fans at the game. Panther fans. Hung out with them. That was awesome. And got a compliment on the video. I didn't get the dude's name. I was wanting to get a picture with him, but we was all walking out, and it was like just tons of people, flooding out, chanting, "Let's go Panthers," and chanting 7-0, screaming, "Woo!" And that's why I can barely talk. But just want to give a shout out to that dude, commenter. We'll shout out again.
What's his name?
With his actual name. So yeah, if you watch, comment. But yeah, good to meet you. Now go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't get a chance to actually go to the game like some people sitting beside them. But I don't know, man. At home, I was pulling out my hair, man. Like, we got that good lead up 23-6. Everything's looking great. In the fourth quarter, everything's like you want it to be. Finally going to get an easy win, it seemed like. And then, I don't know, man. I thought some bad coaching decision to go and prevent way too early. Cost us cost us an easy win, really, and almost cost us a win, altogether.
You could certainly see that from the stands that, like, we went into that 4 deep. Dude, it's the same thing that's happened against us. I think it was the Saints, the Texans. I don't know, every game we played.
Pretty much, yeah.
We get up by more than a touchdown with 10 minutes to go. We 4 deep zone and just like we don't even slow them down. It's a minute and a half they're scoring a touchdown. So yeah, that was painful. I mean, we're out there in the pouring rain, screaming our heads off, and I declare once again that it's over. 10 minutes ago, I'm telling everybody around me, that's it, game time. That junk's over, and everybody's agreeing to the point that we're chanting. Like, Cam was in the end zone after the touchdown. He's pumping up the crowd and stuff. They're getting ready for special teams. Kicking the extra point. Gano's about to kick the extra point. We're all chanting, "Let's go Panthers!" Like, it really didn't even matter if he missed. Like, he missed it. Everybody's like, "Oh, we missed the extra point." Well, what do you know? Kind of needed that later in the game.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Watching at home, I think even I tweeted out like 7-0, like into the fourth quarter, because we was up freaking 17 points. It's like, we can't blow this, right?
Not only were we up 17, they had 6. Like,
23
the whole time they couldn't do anything, like nothing. So that part was frustrating, but end of the day, they come down into the fourth quarter, try to punch it in, can't get it in spite of the referees helping them out tremendously. Dude, that was nauseating. The freaking, he's out of bounds. The holding call on Olsen. I mean, I could go on and on. Pass interference not called.
Offensive pass interference.
Jeez, it was unbelievable. But we get into overtime. They score first, and they get the dubious honor of being the first team ever to score first in overtime and still lose.
Yeah, that's how we do, man. We're breaking all kind of records this year. So, I don't know. Like, that whole game was just kind of, it was great going into the fourth quarter, and then we just kind of, fell apart and handled them, like a tie. Like, we wanted it back to be 0-0, and it was way closer than it ever should have been, but at the end of the day, we got the win. We're 7-0, still undefeated.
Let's break it down a little bit. how we got to that point.
How did we get there?
Cam Newton, he's always the biggest topic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever happens in a game, he is the biggest topic.
Right.
Unless it's nationally, then Luck's the biggest topic. But that joke aside, Cam, like, I'm personally sick of hearing how bad his percentage is. We all saw Ginn wide open, game on the line, big time players make big time plays in big time situations.
Mm-hmm.
The contradiction of that is, well, not contradiction, but the opposite of that is small time players make small time, don't make big time plays.
Make big mistakes.
Time. Yes, exactly. This dude, I mean, writing the numbers, wasn't thrown in there hard. He lobs it in there like perfect pass. It might as well have been a handoff. And old Butterfingers again done it again.
It was just crazy, man. Like you said, it was just a layup. It was a layup play, and he just, he just missed it. He just missed the layup.
So Cam's getting this credit for 52% passing. I mean, they're crediting the team with 5% of his passes get dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's what they're crediting with. Watching, I'm saying 10% of the passes.
At least 10%.
Now, you figure everybody's going to drop 2%, so 8% onto his 52%, he's basically a 60% passer where I'm coming from. And watching it live, I mean, dude, he showed a ton of touch. He struggled early, getting adjusted to the wet ball. But, dude, he was on, especially when the game was on the line. And I don't know what people expect from him.
I don't know, man. All I know is I'm tired of hearing all about, the whole, Cam's not an elite quarterback and all this crazy junk. But you look at his receivers, man. I mean, Ted Ginn, he's a freaking kickoff specialist. He's not a wide receiver. He's a 3-option at best. And we got him as our number one freaking go-to guy. And then Philly Brown's pretty much the same way. We're trying to convert like a punt returner into a wide receiver. So, I mean, what do you expect, man? He's, we don't really have a wide receiver at this point.
Brown had a good game.
Yeah, he did.
He made some tough catches, but, I mean, we remember the beginning of the season. A lot of people don't, actually, because I've heard people talking about today. He only had problems in the preseason. Not the case. But either way, he had a good game. Olsen struggled early on, but, dude, huge one-handed catch.
Mm-hmm.
Huge touchdown catch. Mm-hmm. So, even on a bad day, he comes away with like 76 yards on the touchdown. So thank God for Olsen.
Yeah. Yeah, couple bad holding calls on him. I think he had did he have pass interference call on him too? I don't know. It seemed like this game for sure was like his
ridiculously bad holding call that wasn't there. But.
This game for sure was like his worst game of the season, and he still had 6 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown, man. I mean, I was giving him a pretty, riding pretty hard on Twitter, saying like this is the worst game. He's got to play better. But at the end of the day, the weather, the hard rain, everything that's going on, the bad calls by the ref. I mean, Greg Olsen's still our number one option at, our offense besides Cam and Jonathan Stewart. So
even above Stewart, I mean, I know he's not going to get as many touches as Stewart just by position, but I mean, he's way more dangerous. Mm-hmm. So yeah. The weather was obviously a huge factor to take away from anybody in this game, as far as like Cam or Olsen. Some of the plays that they missed is pretty tough. I mean, you saw from both quarterbacks the inability to get the ball deep with to get a good grip on it. Yeah. But the Ginn thing was different. I mean, he's catching right in his breadbasket like nobody around him. That's a fair catch if he wants to. But, the weather was a huge factor, especially on my hair. That junk was like falling down. He was just hanging down in front of my face.
You turned into a freaking emo.
I don't know why I didn't get a picture of that. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I do know what I was thinking. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm still walking through a crowd of people chanting and screaming, and like so much my face was hurting. But defensively, the players brought it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Coaching staff gave it up, but Coleman, who?
Yeah, exactly. Who? Freaking Kurt Coleman, man. What a time for him to step up and have like the biggest game of his entire life.
Yeah. Just
freaking coming out of nowhere, getting picks, freaking deflecting passes and big time plays.
Dude, the play he got the pick. It was just a good center field play, but the play he made on the pass breakup in the end zone, where he came in when the ball was already caught, punched it out, Dude, that's like all pro, pass coverage.
Caliber, yeah.
And he ain't made a he barely made a pro play this year.
He has I was about to say he hasn't made like a play like that all year, let alone in like freaking a ton of them in one game.
Dude, the plays behind the line on third down, it's 3rd and 1. Like they're killing us up the middle and running on us as far as it seems like consistently they're getting 4 yards.
Yeah.
3rd and 1 twice, he gets behind the line and stops them.
Mm-hmm.
And literally the dudes behind me said, "Who is that?" I was like, "Kirk Coleman." Who? Has he been playing all year? Yeah, that's our safety that's usually, running out there way away from people that's not named Harper.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another one. Freaking knocks the ball out on the last play, the deflection that gives Luke the pick.
Yeah,
the last defensive play. So, yeah, the safeties combined for 9 deflections. I heard. I don't remember seeing 9, but I mean, if it was 5, I mean, I'm not surprised. And that's 5 more than they've had this year.
Yeah, exactly, man. All I know is if our safeties all of a sudden wake up and start playing like this, our freaking defense is just going to kill people from here on out. We won't have to do much on offense, man. Score a field goal, and we freaking got this joint.
You got to always, much like on offense, you got to always mention Cam. Defense, you got to always mention, Luke.
Luke.
He had the big pick. Almost had the pick before that to seal it.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But...
And then, freaking Josh Norman. Like, he's just baiting him. He knows they got to go at him eventually.
Mm-hmm.
He's just baiting. If it's a dry ball, he gets a pick on that one, like the back layout junk he does.
Yeah.
But, it just came up huge, and, like, he wants him to throw it at him. And I'm loving it. Like, I'm watching him the whole play, every play.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's fun to watch him just sit there and try to bait the quarterback over and over and over.
Yeah, he was shadowing T.Y. Hilton, who's usually, the Colts' biggest threat, and he only had 1 catch for 15 yards in this game. So, I mean, put Norman on any wide receiver, put him on any wide receiver, top wide receiver, anybody, and you got to feel pretty confident at this point, man. He's just been doing that the whole
locking
year.
Him down. Dude gets targeted 11 times a game, almost 12.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even throw at him. Like, unbelievable performance by him. Do you feel like the prevent, for lack of a better term, is like I think by design we're supposed to be slowing them down.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like us not slowing it down is anything to do with the players, like getting worn down? Would that cause some of it, or do you think it was just all scheme?
I think it's all just scheme, man. Going into the 4th quarter, we're up 17. I think they're like, all right, just see if we can get them to run the clock off. Let's push the safeties and corners back and make sure we don't have nothing go behind us. But, I mean, man, they're just freaking moving the ball easy. Like, when it was 23-6, the Colts scored in, 2.5 minutes, if that. Made it 23-13. It's like, all right, our offense goes out there, pretty much goes 3 and out, gives them the ball back with plenty of time left. I think there's still 7 minutes left on the clock, man.
Yeah, a little over.
And then it's like, all right, we got to, start playing some defense again. It's 10 points. They still got plenty of time. But, nah, it seemed like they went right back into the freaking same thing.
All the way till they got down, and it was inside the 30 for sure before we finally sent a blitz.
I mean, what are we doing, man? Like, these games shouldn't be like that, man. We should have won this game by 10 points at least. Yeah, we should have never even sniffed overtime. But here we are, battling for the freaking win in overtime.
I do want to give some credit to the coaching staff offensively. There wasn't a lot, but first half, first drive we get the touchdown on, we go for it on 4th down twice.
Yeah.
And both of them, I'm usually not a huge proponent of going for it on 4th down when you got a chance to get points on the board. Mm-hmm. You take your points when you get the opportunity. Right. But in this game, knowing how slippery everything was, mm-hmm. and knowing that points were going to be at a premium, like, I'm just screaming, go for it, please go for it. And they went for it both times. Results in a touchdown on that drive. Mm-hmm. And then right before the half, we go deep. Like, usually where we're going to just try to get, 3rd down, we're just going to try to get out of there and cost them a timeout or something. But we go deep and I think hit Philly Brown down the middle. Or was it Ted Ginn? I can't remember.
It don't matter. They're both pretty much the same.
Yeah. But, so, yeah, I mean, we were aggressive at least for a half.
Yeah, on that touchdown run, man, Jonathan Stewart, he freaking, I mean, it seemed like he got stopped there, and then the second effort, he just freaking plowed through and
Great run.
got the touchdown. He had another good game. He had a fumble, but again, you know, in that bad weather, it's going to be real slick. It's like, you know.
Yeah. How about the Cam Newton spin-a-rooney in the middle?
Jeez.
That was insane.
You didn't hear the broadcasters, but they was like, oh, Cam's down or he's not going anywhere here or something like that. And, you know, the dude obviously hasn't seen Cam Newton much because he's known for these type of plays.
Yeah.
He spins out, freaking runs, gets the first down. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And then the dude, you know, slides at him and he freaking hurls the dude and then just, you know.
That was phenomenal play.
It's
the
like,
dump off to Tolbert was phenomenal too.
Yeah.
Where he just kept it alive, and then finally found Tolbert leak out the backfield.
I mean, if he's not Superman in the football game, then I don't know who is.
So, throw those game balls.
Well, I think defense, man. First off, you got to go to Coleman. His game of his life. I don't know what his stats were completely, but I know he had a pick, made some huge plays, had some huge tackles. Hope he keeps playing like this again. So, you know, Kurt Coleman for this week.
I'm with you. And, you know, I got no arguments on that. It was an unbelievable game by Coleman.
Yeah.
And offensively,
who would you go with on offense?
I think there's a couple different options. But at the end of the day, I mean, it all goes through Cam.
Mm-hmm.
I think Philly Brown, I mean, is definitely a good option. His numbers, you know, yardage-wise weren't tremendous.
Right.
But, I mean, he made big, crucial catches.
Didn't have a drop.
Had the touchdown, but at the end of the day, I mean, Cam just... He gets it done, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when the game's on the line, when we got the ball in overtime, I had no doubt that we were going to get down there for a field goal. I didn't know if we'd be able to get a touchdown. But I knew for sure we'd get a field goal because, you know, you're going to have 4 downs until you get into field goal range. And there's no way they're stopping Cam with 4 downs to get a first down.
Yeah.
It just ain't going to happen. So there was, like, no fear in that. And to have that on your team is just, I mean, that's great. Like, that's what having an MVP-type player on your team is all about.
Yeah, exactly.